When I first began in Indonesia, I know that I was not considered as someone beautiful because of my skin color. There's always like one type of beauty that is always represented. What we see on TV, what we see in the magazines. There was always this pressure of looking whiter. And that wasn't me. Recently, I reposted a photo of mine on stage, and then I have my daughter saying, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful, but then how come you're so white?" And I didn't even realize it. I was so used to see my photos being retouched. My skin color was altered. I mean, of course, everyone can do whatever they want, but you want to be honest with yourself. Technology has to help us. Technology has to bring back our skin tone, a true color.
There is definitely a celebration of specific tones, of specific beauty types. But when there is a huge celebration on one side, what happens on every other side is a de-celebration, and therefore an imbalance. When I look around, I see so many skin tones. You can only imagine how diverse Saudi Arabia is, how diverse my home is with regards to skin tones. We come in multitudes. And I am for more representation on the screen. People are influenced by what they are exposed to. I think we need to realize that people are influenced greatly by what they are exposed to on social media, especially today's generation, and more so tomorrow's generation.
The African skin, the African tone is very different, it's very unique, it's very peculiar. A lot of movies and stuff. When it comes to capturing African people, they almost look too dark or too bright, you know. The priority for the pioneers of tech is, of course, light-skinned people. It almost seems like when they make technology for pictures, for video, it's made for one specific kind of face or one specific kind of tone. It's pretty difficult sometimes to be able to capture people, how they look in real life, and translate that to images and pictures.
Whenever I see myself in the mirror, I don't just see my parents. I see Indonesia. And I want people to know that. They're not going to know it if the photos that they take of me is a whiter version of an Indonesian girl. No, I want the true, like, Javanese skin tone. I mean, again, it has that golden hue that actually, it's beautiful. I think sometimes you just need to be reminded that we're all individual and we're all beautiful in our own way. And this is something that I always say to my daughter.
We're all different, we're all unique, and we ought to celebrate that. But we can only truly celebrate that if it's true, if it's accurate, if it's authentic.
I never knew that there were 268 different skin tones. What TECNO is doing with its universal tone feature is significantly crucial at this stage, because this technology will set the foundations for an inclusive image. 268 tone proud will create a paradigm shift. It's like creating change in narrative, one skin tone at a time. That's very powerful.
There's this saying, when you don't know something, you don't like it. So you have to be introduced to it. If the technology helps us, which is the approach of TECNO phones, it makes it easier to break the barriers and change people's perception, change mentality. It can be something so simple as taking a photo of yourself.
Universal tone isn't just about technology. It's empowerment for people like myself and, you know, every other person in the world. Knowing that there are 268 skin tone patches alone is a testament to individuality. In a world that tries to box us into narrow categories, it's a small but profound way of saying that you're unique, so be proud and tell your story.
I am my tone.
Proud of my tone.
What's your tone?